So we are here. We are celebrating anniversary, the release, first album,
Well, third album.
third album. I'm sorry.
But it's arguably UGK's
Yes.
first album
That first
because of label influence
Yes.
and that kind of thing. So technically, as far as UGK's 100% pure vision,
Yeah.
this is the first one.
So
Right
what's it like when you woke up this morning to just know this is what we're gonna be celebrating today?
Well, I didn't wake up necessarily like most of us do. I was awakened because my wife typically wakes up earlier than me, and her friends get on the phone and start talking. And for some reason, she likes to be on speakerphone. So this morning, when I woke up, it was because I was awakened by the conversation, and I quietly asked my wife, "Could you please talk to them somewhere else?" Because they laugh loud and they curse a lot, you know what I'm saying? So, and when she sees it, she'll know exactly what friends I'm talking about, and those friends will know too, you know what I'm saying? But I will say, I went to sleep very easy, right? I went to sleep very easy. I did not go to bed with a lot of anxiety, and I didn't wake up with any real trepidation, you know what I'm saying? I was very comfortable, because we had a rehearsal last night, and I was pretty good with everyone's rehearsal experience. And so when I woke up this morning, I felt pretty good. Now, right now, as we get a little closer, you know, and a lot of these artists are dealing with some anxiety, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
It is not easy to be an artist that writes and records their own music, which allows them a lot of confidence when they record. I mean, not record it, but when they perform it, to have to perform someone else's written words.
Yeah.
And you know, and especially from someone as prolific and respected as Pimp C and Mr. 3-2. So, and these guys are not just artists, you know, these guys are fans. You know, a lot of them were actually personal friends with both of these artists. So you don't want to let those guys down today. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm ready to go. I think they put a lot of pressure on themselves, but I have to remind people that you're doing somebody else's lyrics, somebody else's verses from somebody else's songs.
Yeah.
So we can give you grace if you miss a thing or two or something like that. I'm the one that's in the position for no excuses, right? If I don't get my songs right from the words that I wrote, that kind of thing, it's almost unforgivable.
How much practice did you put in going back over those words that you wrote?
Oh no, see, I have a different process,
Okay.
right? So what I do is when I have to relearn songs, and it comes up quite often, but mainly for features,
Okay.
right? So when I do a song with someone else, I don't take the song. When I go in the studio, I record it and I leave it where it is. And then when I get a call like, "Hey, the album's coming out. We finna do the release party. We want you to come down." I'll go in. I'll listen. I'll tell them to send me the song. I'll listen to the song. I'll rewrite the song again, right? Rewriting the words over again, because it's very easy to remember something you've handwritten. And so I write that down. Then I go in the booth and I re-record the verse. And so instead of having to dig back to all this in my subconscious, I rewrite and I re-record everything, and that tends to sit on the frontal lobe. So it's a lot easier to pull it from there than it is to pull it from here.
Oh, okay.
Because you got 30 plus years of songs
Yeah,
and verses,
yeah.
and the rest of the things that happen in life, all the good moments, the bad moments, all of that lives and exists in the subconscious.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have to dig through all of it. It would be impossible to do that for this album. And most of these songs, like Diamonds of Wood, High Life, Murder, you know what I'm saying, One Day, I typically perform those in every show.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have to worry about relearning those. But a lot of the rest of the
other deep
songs,
cuts,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So Touched and Carry My Gun and 3 in the Morning, which 3 in the Morning I knew a little better than I gave myself credit for. But yeah, a lot of these songs I had to do that same thing. And so I tried to afford that information and those tools to the performance that I actually do these songs today, so it would be easier for them to recall them. And let's just say that some of them took those tools and utilized them. Some of them tried it their way. And so we're going to see how this all fleshes out. But I think for them, they can be forgiven, right? There's grace for them if they mess up a word or two, you know what I'm saying? And again, they're trying to re-perform something from a 22-year-old with top-notch breath control, and some of us are over 40 and beyond. So Slim Thug made a good point at soundcheck, like, hey, everybody doesn't have the same level of breath control. And as an artist, you know what your breath control capacity is, so you typically write in a way that allows you to utilize the breath control in a way to accentuate the song in the best way possible.
But with this one, they're following somebody else's
Absolutely,
breath control.
absolutely. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't.
You know, what's it like also to see these artists putting their kind of spin on those songs, looking back at, you know, the songs that Pimp C created, and you're watching them do their take on it.
Well, it's been fun. I could say that, right? It's been fun. But I tried to, the way I put this was, we want to put people in their comfort zone. So if your repertoire is about women, we're going to put you on a song about women. If it's about cars, we're going to put you on there. And so that's kind of how I picked and chose who I decided to have different songs and perform different verses. I wanted it at least to be something that when they come out on the stage, because no one knows what anyone's going to do.
Yeah.
So when you see a certain person come out and he's featured on this song, oh, well, that makes sense, because that's what all he talk about is this and that type of thing. So I tried to make it to where it didn't seem like a force, right? Like, oh, well, he just put this person on that song because they got a name, they got notoriety. No, everybody's got their own level of notoriety that's performing with me on this show. But I did wanted to make it something that would make sense to the crowd when that artist came out for that song. And I think we did a really good job with it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, some of these guys are versatile and could have done 2 or 3 different songs, but I wanted to make sure the primary thing that people go to them for is pretty much what they perform tonight.
Now, you talk about some of the artists being anxious. It's not just anxious, because these are performers already.
Right.
You built up this reputation of putting together these fantastic productions and shows, going from
Yes.
the rodeo that we're doing all those years of that, and now you're coming on doing something like this. Like, people come to expect a lot for that. They don't know what they're gonna get,
Right.
but they've come to expect that. What's it like seeing the results of those years of just building up, making connections, getting with so many different people to do this?
Listen, finding people to be a part of the show wasn't necessarily a problem. The problem comes in to where at the rodeo, when I choose someone to perform with me at the rodeo, they're performing their record. So their confidence level is sky high. They're doing songs that they do all the time. So they're in their wheelhouse, and that's it. The idea of having to do these songs that they don't normally perform, right? It's very easy to sing along with these songs in the car, in the shower, or at the house.
Yeah.
But in front of thousands of people, that's where their anxiety comes from. Mine as well. Like, I'm not too big to be above it as well, right? So I'm just trying to let people know, look, there may be a misstep. There may be some things that fall through the cracks of your performance. My advice to all the performers is, don't stop rapping. Just keep going. Don't get caught up in the moment of not remembering something. The majority of the people in the crowd are going to be so caught up in singing it themselves that they probably won't even notice what you notice. And I'm a person that I get caught up on that, right? I get caught up on that a lot. Like, when I make a mistake, I feel like everyone in the world sees it, everyone heard it, and they're all going to criticize me for it. And for the most part, no one ever notices because they're in their own moment, right? So we want to make sure that we give people room to be in the moment, fully in the moment. That being said, we do live in a digital age, so there's not just going to be a crowd of people. They're all going to probably have their phones out. So you're going to see those lights come on all over the arena, and it could be a bit off-putting.
Yeah.
That's why I tell everybody, look, just keep going, keep rapping, and if you mess up a little bit, don't get stuck on it. Just keep going. Don't worry about it. It's going to, at this point, you know, we're an hour and a half. We're an hour away from the doors opening, maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So one sound check ended a little after 5 o'clock. I was like, well, that's it. You either got it now or you don't.
It's gonna happen or it's not.
But it's happening. Like,
Yeah.
right now, there's no stopping. There's no turning back. Like, we're here now. You know what I'm saying? So just got to pray for the rest and hope that, you know, we got to give ourselves grace, but also hope that the crowd gives us grace as well.
And then last question before we get out of here, what's the song you looking to performing tonight, or seeing perform tonight? If you
Well,
name one or two.
The beauty about this album is that we get through the hardest part first. This album, because we're going in order. We're going in the actual order of the album. Yeah, so it's going to start with Smoke D's intro, live from the penitentiary, you know, and then we'll go into One Day, which will probably be the most emotional moment of the show if we do have that. And then after that, we're Murder, and we're on full speed ahead at that point. You know what I'm saying? But I will be very happy when we're done with RiDIN DiRTY, because that's the last song on the album. So tonight, my favorite song will probably be "Riding Dirty," because that means we made it through.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I appreciate it, man.
No problem, man. Thank you for your time.